All right, Bridge, I have an announcement.
Well, what is it?
I think
Oh, no. Did you tell me already?
Wait. Well, I told you about what this is, and I said, should I do this? And you said yes, but I had to, like, take steps to actually, like, commit, and I committed. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is this the make a movie in 24 hours or something?
37 hours. By Kevin Smith. That's a Clerks reference, y'all.
Okay, wait, what happens? Are you in or do they have to pick you?
No, I'm in. I signed up.
Holy shit.
I have to make a short film in 37 hours, but the hours haven't started yet.
Wait, how are you going to get a camera?
I was just going to use my phone.
Wait, but what about
I can
actors?
already hear all the film bros, like, scoffing at me, and that's fine. All of you can scoff at me.
Wait, are you going to prep it beforehand, or you have to, like,
pick it?
Oh, they give you, like, topics, right?
They're like, you have to include, let me see.
So you can't prep beforehand?
No. You have to do it within 37 hours, and...
So they'll give you what to do, then, and you have to run with it.
So they tell you some details that have to be in the film, such as a prop, a character, and or a line of dialogue from one of Kevin Smith's films. Yes, this is Kevin Smith, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but 37!
Holy shit.
Reference to Dick Sucked. You know.
Wow.
So that's the 37. It's also Daylight Savings Day, which I think is why it's 37.
Wait, what date is that?
35.
What date is that?
So you get the email March 9th. At 10 a.m. and then you gotta submit the film by 10 p.m. The next day.
I'm ready.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
You're gonna do something? You're gonna be in
ready.
my film from
I'm here to support you.
Okay, great. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I don't have a thought in my brain.
I mean, we could just do this.
Oh, well. I don't know about that.
Okay. Wait, are you going to get, like, actors?
So it's only, the maximum amount of time is only 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So...
I mean, so much can be done in 4 minutes. Wait, are people going to get, like, film ahead of time prepped?
You're not allowed. You're supposed to do it all within the 37 hours.
Wow.
I know.
All right. So the leading star is Bear, your dog.
I did think about that. I'm like, that would be easy because he's here.
Dad is an excellent character who's always at home.
I didn't think about that.
If he's not, he can't nap for 37 hours. He might nap for like 30.
37!
But he definitely will be awake within those 37 hours.
Oh, God.
Mom will sing. Jimmy will yell. I mean, what else do you need? Danielle will be fabulous.
Jimmy's there.
I mean, what else?
It's a family affair.
Wait, what if you did like a emergency family Zoom and like we all came on the Zoom and then you just edited 4 minutes of chaos of our family?
Just no script. This is a documentary. Here we are.
And all we try to do is like plan a vacation and like we get nowhere.
That's a little too real for me.
Okay, sorry. Too dark.
But if I magically, in the magical land, win, I think there's only one winner, then your short film gets played before all the movies at his movie theater for a week.
I'll fly in for that.
He plays it on his YouTube channel.
I am so excited for you.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on, but I would like to think I am a pretty good storyteller. So if I can figure that out.
Oh my God, I'm ready.
We're golden.
Well, and you got to go back to your screenwriting training.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah. So keep y'all posted. We'll update that after the 37 hours are over.
Wow. I'm here to support you however you need it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Listen, you're not going to like it, but if you want to incorporate AI and do some crazy shit, like I could totally help you do some digital cool shit.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean? Those aren't real robots.
No, I mean like there's amazing tools that you could use. You could write a whole story and then you could like literally put it in an editor and it could like populate animations for you and like really cool shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. So if you wanted to get like crazy, you give me a little prep and I'll get shit like ready on my computer and I'll just like play around with it and see if you like any of it.
Well, I only have 37 hours, so...
I know, Katie!
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'll be ready for you.
We understand the limit. Thank you.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop. Sisters, 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 sisters. Sisters who've seen it.
Hello.
Hello there.
Welcome back, listeners.
Welcome back, you bitch.
Wow. Welcome back indeed.
That's a movie reference. You are all wonderful people. Thank you for listening.
I just really wish I could take a snapshot of your face right now and then edit it into the Rock'em Sock'em robot costume that she wears. And then make it a meme that says, welcome back, you bitch.
Oh my God.
Anyway, welcome.
Oh my God.
Glad you're here. Glad to be here. I'm going to introduce ourselves.
Let's do it.
So, listeners, we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
Get away from her, you bitch! It is an iconic line.
It's an iconic line that I did not expect. I was like, whoa, Ripley.
Whoa, X-rated.
Get away from
the
her.
Movie this
It
week.
is the 1986 James Cameron Aliens.
Woo! With
the
a
sequel to Alien that we did.
Yeah.
What episode was that? You're amazing at this. Go, go, go.
It was definitely
go.
around this time a year ago. So probably in the 80s, 90s.
2000s? Oh, okay. Amazing.
No. And the first Alien movie was directed by Ridley Scott and written by,
cool.
I don't fucking know. And this movie was written and directed by James Cameron.
Yep.
Oh boy.
My heart will go on and on.
I would have loved if an alien sang that, but I'll get over it.
Raise your hand if you're doing a synopsis.
Oh, it's me!
Katie's hand is raised.
You know what?
I'm
That's
gonna
okay.
take a nap.
That's okay, because it's pretty similar to the first Alien.
Yeah, I was just going to say the plot is
like
not that tough on
format-wise.
this one. Yep,
You know,
Should I talk you in? Give you a little,
gimme.
Space Marines mount a mission to rescue a colony invaded by deadly creatures.
They couldn't say aliens? Come on!
I guess it would be redundant.
Missed opportunity. Okay. Yes. All right. So this is a sequel, which we pick up right the fuck after the first movie. And at the end of the first movie, if you all forgot about Alien, go listen to our episode number 1. Then come
It's
back.
so good. Yeah.
Come on back. Then you'll know that Ripley put herself into hypersleep, or whatever we call it, with her cat, Jonesy, whatever. And so she's sleeping, but shit goes wrong, and she sleeps too long, and we don't know what's happening, but a crew in space finds her, and they're like, who's this lady? What the F? And she's like, oh, thank God, last week I beat up an alien. And they're like, no, girl, that was 50 whatever years ago. In fact, did I even write that down? I don't even think I fucking wrote that down. 57 years! 37! 57!
Can I tell you how pissed I would be if I finally, saved a planet in the universe, took a nap and woke up, and they were like, JK, you gotta do that shit all over again. Worst sleep ever.
That does suck. Yeah. It's pretty bad, but that's actually kind of exactly what happens. But before that happens, she's got to deal with the corporation branch of the business. People, the white people talking about money and not believing women. Here we are, So she's like, there was an alien, and they're like, no way, you blew up a spaceship. This is stupid. And she goes on to say, we found all these eggs on this planet. Go to the planet, check it out. And then someone's like, there have been people living there for years, and everything's great. And she's like, that's fucking crazy. But then she's like, going to bed. But then this guy whose name is Burke, he is like, I work for the company, but Ripley, I totally believe you. And also, we magically, right today, the day of your meeting where we said we don't believe you, we do believe you now because all of those people that we said 10 minutes ago were living there for years are missing or dead. We don't know.
You know what? After you just mentioned that and we didn't believe you, we just like triple checked and was like, oopsie.
It was like, oh, let's
nobody's answering
ourselves. And like, we forgot to look into those people that, So basically they're like, we're going to send all these Marines. We're treating it like a rescue mission. Ripley, you want to come on down? You're going to be like the consultant. Okay. She is the celeb shot in beer pong. She's showing up to show the skills, but she doesn't want to be included in the game. But she's in the game now. And that's what we do. And so her, along with, oh God, just a cast of fucking characters, these Marines.
Crew, if you will.
It literally is a crew. We got Bill Paxton in here. Love to see him. We got Michael Biehn, who worked with James Cameron in Terminator. That's fun. Got some other fucking people. I don't know. They're great. And so they're all like, we love to murder and like, we're gonna kill. Go team. And she's like, remember about aliens? And they're like, maybe. Lo and behold, the rescue mission goes pretty bad.
Horrible.
Real fucking bad. They basically, not only do they find one alien, because we remember the name.
It's plural.
There's more than one. There's more than a ton. I could go on. There's a lot. That's
carry the
crazy.
One.
Fucking
times the two.
That's alien math, guys. There's a lot, and basically almost all the Marines die pretty fucking quick, and they're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And there's like some subplots where Ripley's like, nuke the planet, and then the business guy is like, no, money. And then they're all like, fuck you, business guy. But they get stranded because their ship like crashes because of aliens. All right, if it's multiple, remember, if anything goes wrong, it's because of the aliens. And so now they're stuck, and they're like, shit. By the way, also, this is an important part of the movie, and I love this part of the movie, is there is a little child girl whose name is Newt.
Yeah.
And she just is the only person alive from the planet. And she's like, bitches, I'm gonna tell you how to survive. You gotta hide in the cubbies. They mostly come out at night, #mostly. And like, just figure it out. And they're like, okay, we got you, little girl.
Incredible character. Literally the best.
Her. She's super cutesy. Well, I don't even know what to say. What else is there to say? There's fucking aliens, okay? This movie, I do feel, is a lot more action-y than horror. If you're comparing the first to this, like, this feels way more like action movie. Yeah. So there's a lot of like fight scenes and guns and explosions and all that shit. But they basically figure out a way to remote pilot a ship to pick them up. Okay. So now they're like, we got that. Burke's a dick. We'll get into it. He's a dick. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the aliens are like, you can't fucking leave. Are you kidding? We need more aliens. There's only one S on here. We need two, at least. Here we fucking go. And through a lot of hootenanny shenanigans, people die. Newt gets kidnapped by the aliens. And in probably one of the best fucking endings the world,
ever.
Ripley says, I'm not fucking leaving this kid. I am gonna save her and I'm gonna nuke the aliens. And she fucking does.
I have chills thinking about her badassery.
Amazing.
Is that a word?
So fucking fun. Also, there is an alien queen, which is where the alien multiple come from. And that's fine. But I didn't really do and then in the end. And then in the end, Ripley's a fucking badass and we should all aspire to be her every day. Thank you. Good night. That's it. Thank you.
You had said to me, Bridge, this movie is about like moms.
It's like badass moms.
And I was like, yeah, okay, Kate. And then I watched it. I had the feeling of when in Jurassic Park, the first time you like see like the T-Rex scene and you're like, and it like screams and you're like, this is the most epic movie ever. That was how I felt when she came out with the power loader versus the mother alien. I was like, every scene had a James Cameron, how do you do it? Wow, 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 wow,
You
wow, wow, wow.
son of a bitch. Thank God.
It was so good, and it was so interesting that the first movie nobody listened to her, and the second movie it was like the corporate people didn't listen to her, but the crew were like, save us.
Yeah, they were and like, tell us what's happening.
And like,
she's like, ah.
And I would say most consultants don't really like come in and become the leader. And so that's what made it really, really cool. Because everyone was like, wow, we all underestimated these mofos.
Yeah, she's like, teach me how to shoot a gun, bitch. And Michael Bihn's like, let's do it. And maybe flirt at the same time. And she's like, I don't have time for men. I'm Ripley. I have to save the little child.
God, she's so... it's a great movie. I had a blast. I'm like so glad you recommended it.
It's a fun movie. I actually, the very first time I watched this, I watched it with Jimmy and Danielle.
Wow.
And it was when our parents went on their yearly week-long vacation that all the adult children stopped going to. And so I was house watching, which became, over time, one of my favorite times of the year. House to myself. House to myself. It's beautiful. I get to watch what I want. And then Jimmy comes in. And Jimmy says, I'm actually going to hang out here all day. And I will be deciding what we watch on TV. And this was one of the movies we watched.
But luckily he had good taste that day.
Yeah, and I was like, well, how have I not seen this before? It's pretty good. So,
oh my God.
Thank you, brother Jimmy. Always get a reference. Thank you.
Always coming back to you, Jimmy. How do we start? What do we do?
All right. Two things I want to mention that I didn't know ahead of time, but I learned from watching the opening credits. Music done, not that the music was like wild and crazy, music done by James Horner, who did music for Titanic, number one. Okay, so he's clearly a James Cameron, buddy.
Well, and they got in a tiff. They were fighting.
Well, James Cameron.
Well, he was nominated for an Oscar, and I think won.
Because of Aliens?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Wait, James Horner, the music?
James Horner, music, Alien. Look it up. I think he was either nominated or won an Oscar.
Oh my God.
Oh no, sorry. Academy Award nomination. Somewhere out there, which he co-composed.
That's from An American Tail, Bridge. That's not Aliens.
Oh wait. Hold on. Sorry.
That's what you're talking about.
Wait, hold on. I swear.
Don't you try to mix up Fievel in my Aliens movies, because I will check you. My God.
Wait. Never mind.
Okay, retraction.
Okay, keep going. I could have sworn I read this.
The aliens, the physical, practical effects, the amazing Stan Winston. I mean, we should have known. Stan Winston, you son of a bitch. Thank God you're here.
As we always say, it holds up when it's real.
Yes.
And those aliens are people.
Oh, it's so crazy.
The costumes, which is why they're so like jumpy and dynamic and not
and when they like
robotic.
Crawl and like, so scary.
And the mother alien was like 14 to 16 feet long or something. And needed like 10 people, something insane.
She's scary.
Stan Winston delivers.
I mean, it's just amazing. So you got to give credit where credit's due. James Cameron had a good people behind him. And thank God we also have Sigourney Weaver, because I just fucking love I just love her character. I also love how like she's not like sexualized. Like I feel like if this movie was made in the 2000s, it would have been like, she's a hot blonde with triple T's and she doesn't wear a bra. Yeah. And you're like, wow, okay, let's not. Like, that's not the point.
I have another fact that I hope is a fact, and it's not wrong.
Is it about an American Tale? The movie with immigrant mice?
I don't think it is. Okay. But please correct me, since your brain works better than mine.
Okay.
Sigourney Weaver did Alien, right?
Yes.
She made like $35,000.
Oh my God.
She wasn't really known. After that, she does Ghostbusters. Okay, so now she's like hit.
Yeah.
So when Aliens comes, James Cameron's like, this whole movie is her.
Yeah.
Like, she's the only one. And she was like, great, pony up. I want a mil. Okay, 1986, I want a mil. And apparently James Cameron like fought for her to get it, and she got it.
Oh, you see, this is another instance of like,
this is
James
where
Cameron,
he's hard.
Do I like
you?
Hate
do
I hate
I
you?
Don't know.
I don't know how to feel. You know who he is? he is the type of person that you like want on your side. And what I mean by that is when he's on your side, life is good and it's going to be amazing. But when he's not on your side, life is going to be fucking difficult.
And like, which apparently was the crew. That's what I sent you. Did you see the thing I sent you?
Oh yeah, because they were like British.
They filmed this whole thing in England and they were like, let's take time for tea and let's take a break. And he basically just ripped the crew apart about how they're the laziest, like worst crew known to man. And even at the end of the film, instead of like saying thank you, like ripped them to shreds. I was like, damn.
I don't
Maybe he's a Gemini. When's his birthday?
Oh. He's
Keep going.
Scorpio. A male Scorpio? Come on.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, is he an Aquarius?
No, he's not an Aquarius.
What is he?
But we have a mother this way.
A Leo?
I believe so.
I should have known. Should have fucking known he's a scary fire sign. Very productive, but gonna yell.
Fierce.
Wow.
Back to the movie.
Okay. So yes, we discover Ripley and, you know, she has, again, this moment where it's like, oh, thank goodness I'm awake and saved. But yeah, bad news, girlfriend. You've been asleep for 57 years. Your life as you knew it ain't a life anymore.
And then she doesn't age in this like cool little chamber thing?
No, because it's like it like freezes you. So like however you were when you went in is like how you come out. But normally people are not in there for that long.
I'm like, are you afraid Hollywood is like doing this?
Yes.
With, like young people?
I mean, there are Hollywood vampires, like there is time travel, aliens are real, like yeah.
All right.
It's all of that. But there is also, and I don't think this is in the regular version, but I feel like there's probably some extended version somewhere where when she finds out that she was asleep for 57 years, she then finds out about her daughter, who never is referenced.
Yeah.
I don't think at all in this movie, and I can't remember if it's talked about in the first movie, but like that's a whole thing where she basically like doesn't have her daughter in her life, and like that's like sad, and you're like, damn. Kind of wish that was in there. But, like, I also understand why we didn't, but, like, meh.
I was confused by that, because when I looked up fun facts, it was like, the picture of her daughter, who was old, is actually Sigourney Weaver's real mom.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, when did this happen?
Yeah, I was like, did I even... An extended version.
An extended version, okay. Because I was like, huh? However, it would have hinted at this, like, mama bear,
like,
why I took Newt under my belt, like, so fiercely.
Yeah.
So, alright, whatever.
There is a really fucking cool video. I feel like I definitely talked about this when we did Alien. There's a really cool video game called Alien Isolation that is about Ripley's daughter, who, not when she's an old lady. This isn't like a Titanic situation.
Okay.
Where she's, like, probably in her 20s or 30s, and she's, like, still don't know where mom is, and then someone's like, hey, we picked up your mom's like radio transmission at this place, you want to come check it out? And then the daughter goes and checks it out, and there's fucking aliens. Okay, guys, because we can't escape the alien. It's really cool. Would love that to be a movie. But yeah, Ripley's sad, and she also has never-ending nightmares about an alien bursting out of her chest. Help. Somebody help.
What I liked about this movie is it helped remind me of the first movie without overkill.
Yeah, because she literally does a recap where she's like, how many times I gotta tell you guys, we're on a ship, we went over here, we got the aliens, came out of his chest, everybody died but me and the aliens in space, that's it. And you're like, wow, all right.
Well, and you know how some of the sequels do it cheesy, where it's like, back in the day, like Star Wars, like, this happened in the galaxy, and here's all the things to get up to speed.
Y'all hear that, Bridget bash Star Wars? Did you hear?
Oh, come for me.
Mail.
I'm here, all right? You know where I am, and I'm ready. But here's the thing. I forgot that all of that in Alien happened in like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And so the pace of the aliens multiplying and getting hosts and just like taking over was so much faster than I remembered it.
Yeah.
And that prepped me for this action. Mm-hmm. Because once you saw that they had taken over like a colony of people, you were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then they're flying their freaking spaceship, and I was like, this shit is happening at lightning speed, but not in the way you think it. It's not like aliens are popping out everywhere.
Right.
It's more on everywhere they go. They're like, we're always 3 steps behind.
Yeah. And I love too how they I don't know, because it could have just been like, we're at a different planet and there's different aliens, but they were like, and this again, if this was real life, I'm like, fuck yeah, the like corporate would be like, just take over any planet you come across and get on down there and whatever. Oh, there's alien eggs. Just get on down there, people. And because the whole point of this colony was they were there to like change the atmosphere of the planet so that more people could live there. And that's gross. And also I feel like our future, and I hate everything about it. And maybe Elon Musk will be eaten by an alien, you know? We can dream. We can dream. But
who knows? Or he's just trying to get back home. You know, we never know. Nobody knows.
But yeah, so this is how Ripley gets roped in, where again, they're all like, fuck you, Ripley, there's no aliens. And then literally 10 seconds later, Burke is like, yeah, Ripley, yeah, we're gonna... Ooh,
so Paul Reiser, right? Is that how I say his last name?
Yes.
When you see him, you know, I mean, he's done a zillion famous roles, but I think it's like, isn't it Cheers? What was the big thing he was in?
I don't know.
Mad About You.
Oh.
Mad About You. That's
more
like,
recently, he's been on Stranger Things. And his character, when he was brought in the second season of Stranger Things as a scientist, and it was great casting because they kind of purposely picked him because they were like, we want to pick someone that you're all gonna suspect is gonna be a bad guy, because that's how his character was in Aliens, where he was like super nice, but then he was like bad. But then in Stranger Things, he's not bad. And it's a twist.
Wow.
And this was twisty too, because Burke is like, you know, he's like, I believe you, Ripley, and I support you. And you know,
and he is confusing because he's like, listen, you did blow up something that was $24 million, whatever the fuck they said. And he's like, however, he's like, if these guys are going into what you're saying is so bad, don't you think that like they need help? And a part of me thought, I get what he's saying. Can we also leave her alone? You know, she just got back and lost like 50 something years of her life.
Yeah. How about that, people? But then he pulls in the fucking, it's not Catholic guilt. It might be extortion, where he's like, well, you're not really going to get another job. You know, this is kind of a job.
Well, she's like, I do forklifts. Yeah. Damn it. And I was like, you do that,
I'm
Sigourney.
A forklifter. And he's like, no one's going to hire you. I don't know. I wrote a comment on LinkedIn. Oh, I don't know. And yeah, so this is how she gets in. And I like how we get a little intro. We get some time to meet these like Marines, not in panic time.
Wait, question. Or not question. Update. James Cameron filmed the movie like at different times, and he did this scene at the end of shooting. Oh. So they were like, they had like natural like camaraderie.
That's so clever.
I thought so too.
Oh my god, I love that.
Continue.
I did love their vibes. I was like, this is a fun place. I mean, we're all kind of misogynistic, but besides that, it looks like we're having a good time.
When Bill Paxton shows up as a loudmouth tornado blaring.
Okay.
I was like, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. And it was like Marine vibes. Space Marines, you know?
Yeah. He's Hudson. And then I always mix up the names. So Bill Paxton is Hudson. Michael Biehn is Hicks. And there's even a part of the movie where someone else mixes them up. And he's like, that's not my name. And I'm like, why did we pick those names?
Shit. And Vasquez is the badass who's doing pull-ups.
Okay, but did you see the fun fact about her, though?
No. What about her?
Go look up the actress's picture, and I think you'll understand.
What about?
Jenette Goldstein. You could just hear the name and kind of come to your own conclusion about her nationality or lack thereof. Yeah, not at all Latina.
Got it.
And kind of did.
I was like, wait, did she do
some
movie?
Makeup, and allegedly, because she was also in Titanic, she was the redheaded mom because she's a natural redhead. Huh. Yeah, the Irish lady who dies with her children. That's her. When she auditioned for this movie, she thought it was about illegal aliens. Like immigrants, and then they make a joke where he's like, she thought it was illegal aliens, but it's like, yeah, so that's how we got there. You know, multiple people to blame, but did love the character though, I gotta say.
But okay, I think actors of whatever descent should play that.
Yes.
However, really looks like Vasquez was like, you know, I don't know,
and just like
Latinx,
another
like
strong female character, like, fuck you dudes, like, I take care of myself, and like, I'm ready to go, you know, I'm gonna dive in.
But what I liked about that is then it didn't have to all be on Ripley. It didn't have to be like, you're the only lady, and you know, it got to be more like, okay, get that out with your own people.
Yeah.
You know, your Marine crew, leave me alone.
We do also meet Bishop, who is a android.
AI.
Bridget's favorite, the AI. Yeah.
Yo, Ripley reacts hilarious to Bishop. I mean, she's like, get that motherfucker away.
Literally, in her mind, 2 days ago, like, mentally, an android tried to shove a magazine down her throat. So, like, I don't blame her for the reaction of being afraid.
And I thought it was kind of beautiful that then Bishop, the whole movie, is, like, proving his loyalty to her and trust. And he did it to the end.
He did.
I love you, Bishop. He
was a team player.
He didn't let her go.
Even when he got ripped in half, he still grabbed Newt's hand to help.
He did. Oh, I love you, Bishop.
Yeah, so Bishop's there. Lance Henriksen, he's great. And yeah, so we're all fucking off. And, you know, this is interesting too, because they
oh, wait. We have to talk about Drake, the guy who was not prepared as the private, right? Who was like the guy that like only did the simulations?
Oh, Lieutenant Gorman. He was the one in charge.
Which one? Which one's Gorman?
William Hope.
William Hope
is the actor.
Oh, there is. Yes, that was really good because they're like, I've done 30-something missions, and they're like, oh, cool. And
37.
He's like, oh my god, and he's like, only like 2 in person. Everyone's like, huh? And then he just
sucks.
Like, he sucks and screws them up.
Again, is this America? You know, I don't know. But he wasn't great. And I just find it so funny how they're like, okay, rescue mission. Ripley, you're gonna consult us. But you have to literally come in person to the planet.
I know!
And then in the compound where there might be aliens, and that's where you have to be. You can't wait over here on the ship. You can't wait in the truck. You can't wait on that ship. Nope, you gotta get the fuck in here. And like, she does. And I don't know if I would have done that. It's a little scary.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, don't we have walkie-talkies?
Like, there's got to be some technology, something.
You literally have, like, an android here. You can't have, like, a Ripley android where she's watching everything? Yes. Yeah, and everybody goes in, and so really, like, this whole part is a lot of suspense and buildup where the Marines are going into the compound and they're trying to find like anybody. They're trying to look around. They see all these like rooms of people that were like, looked like they were abandoned. Like the place is like disheveled and a mess, and there's like water, but there's still power. They find like little holes in the metal because it was like acid for blood, and just a lot of shit. And then we get to the part where like the ship doesn't look like a ship and it looks like an alien, and it's so scary but cool, but it's really scary. Okay, well, I was, the other thing too is like the whole, I don't know, defense is guns. It's like guns and guns and flamethrowers and guns and explosions and manpower and guns. And the first shot is they almost kill little Newt.
That's fucked up. Leave Newt alone. Let her live in the wall.
Was reading all about how James Cameron kind of was trying to do like a comparison to Vietnam with like how we went into Vietnam and we were like guns, bombs, this, but we like absolutely didn't understand the culture.
Yeah.
And it was like you weren't fighting on the same level.
Yeah.
And they were mimicking it there. It's like, these aliens are superior to you.
Right. And like, even if you shoot it and you get acid splash in your face, you're gonna lose. So
and culturally, you don't understand what they're trying to do here. And so you're like fighting something without like enough information. Because when they started, they're like, what are we going after here? Like a bug hunt? I was like, this is not Men in Black. It's like, this is not good.
No, Tommy Lee Jones is here.
99% of you will die today.
Yeah, in like 10 minutes, basically.
Very quick.
It happens so fast. And there is a part where Ripley points out, like, yeah, you can't use, like, explosives because they're above the generator something. So, like, get rid of those grenades. And then, again, kind of their downfall because they decide to put all the grenades in a bag. Guys, I'm not a Marine, but was there a better spot?
I don't like grenades. I feel like in every movie, when does a grenade...
Scary.
How many movies are there grenades that are like, versus grenades that help? How many?
That's a great question, Bridge. I don't know the answer. There might not be one.
I don't like them.
Essentially, what happens is, because they find all of the people who lived in this colony had tracking devices implanted. I don't even want to get into that. I hate all of it. You should hate it too. So they're all like, wow, all these people are magically in this one area, and this is the creepy area where this ship does not look like a ship. It looks kind of like an alien. Like you're walking through like the inside of an alien. It's gross. And they find a person who is not dead, but then they like pretty quickly die because they have this is our only chest bursting scene of the movie.
Yep.
And I kind of was glad we got it out of the way quickly because that was the big thing in the first movie, and we're all like, yeah, we know.
What made it so good in the first movie is you didn't see it coming.
Yeah, you didn't know what was happening.
So it would be not as exciting in the second one.
Right. But this kicks off, all the aliens are basically like hiding literally in plain sight. So scary.
Oh my God.
Oh God. Like, and almost everybody in here ends up dying.
Well, and Lieutenant Gorman, they're like, lead your crew, send him back. And he's like, and they're like, Lieutenant, what do we do? And then, of course, it's like America takes over and they just shoot everything.
Oh, God.
And it's not working. People are dying. They're flying. They're running as fast as they can. And this is when Hicks kind of steps up to be kind of like the unofficial leader.
Yes.
Because they basically are like, Gorman, you're the fucking worst. We are firing you on the spot.
Yeah. Like, you're out if you live, which I don't think he does. So... He doesn't. And
then Ripley's like, I got you, Newt, come with me. And even when they interview Newt to be like, how does it work? Where's your parents? Blah, blah, blah. She's like 10? How old do we think she is?
Probably 10 to 11. Yeah.
Okay. She's not speaking. She's like, go away. And Ripley's like, leave her the fuck alone. You guys are the worst. Okay? And just like, let her chill.
Yeah. And this is where Newt goes, they're dead, all right? Can I go now? I was like, you can't fucking go, Newt. This aliens, girl. We gotta stick together.
Newt, is it really better where you were? Because I feel like that was bad.
This is not Scooby-Doo.
I know you're 10, but she had this, what was so cool is she felt the same way as Ripley, where she was like, you're not taking them seriously.
Yeah.
Like, they will win.
Yeah, and they do find also, there's a part, I think, before almost all the Marines die, where they find almost like science-y experiments with alien shit.
Why do we always take back experiments in the ship? Have we learned nothing?
Learned nothing. No, nothing. We didn't learn anything. We didn't learn anything. They have the face huggers, as they're called, the little spider guys that come from the eggs that turn you to alien. Yeah, Bridge.
When America implodes, as we know it will.
And
tomorrow. We have to call our Men in Black folks, figure out all of the information we've gotten from our movies, fly off to some planet. Okay? And someone says, you know what? Let's take that specimen in this ship.
No.
We're kicking them out to space.
I shan't.
We lost a crew member that day with that type of thinking.
That's right.
And that's what saves lives.
That's why you're Ripley, Bridge, you know? That's
Cutthroat.
That is the lesson we need to learn, because they're just like, man, some of these are still alive. Crazy. Anyway, gotta go. And they do kind of have a little subplot where Bishop's like being weird and it's like fascinated. So you're like, is Bishop gonna be like scary
I know.
Ash?
I know. I was nervous. I was nervous because I was like, really? The same plot again too with Bishop? Like,
but then thank God was not. But basically, when all the Marines die, Ripley's like, get the fuck in the Batmobile, which is kind of what it feels like.
It was a Batmobile.
She just drives through walls. She's like, I don't give a fuck about your dollars.
To save
Get in my car.
Yeah, to base, because they were not going to be saved. And she was like, I'm not Gorman. You're the worst. ever. I'm not listening to you. I'm taking this Batmobile. I'm getting my Robin.
Just do it. He did nothing. So she's like, let's fucking go. And she saves a couple of them. So Hicks is saved. Hudson is saved. Vasquez is saved. And then of the people who are not in there, I think it was Gorman, Burke, Ripley, and Newt. And that was,
and Bishop.
And that was it. So now it's like smaller. But they're like, we just got to get back to our little ship plane. We're going to drive in our Batmobile like far away so the aliens can't reach us. And then the ships can pick us up. And then we're going to nuke the planet. And they're all like, yeah, except the little ship decided to keep their fucking door open on the alien planet.
Who
I don't know about it, you guys. You don't need fresh air. It's a foreign planet.
I don't even think Will Smith would do something as dumb as that.
Well, no.
and what was so crazy is as they're going to like fly, she's like, hey, am I close? Am I close? She's like, oh God. Like she plays it off like this idiot. He's not helping me, my co-pilot, whatever. And then the alien shows up and you're like, damn.
Your co-pilot's an alien.
Damn. And then when the Batmobile sees it crashing,
that's a cool scene.
And what's so cool about it is there's probably CGI, but it felt so limited. It felt like these are real explosions. Yeah. These are real things being blown up. Somehow that's flying, and it looks 30 feet long. Like, how? This is so cool.
James Cameron. And game over, man! Game over!
Oh, man.
And then Ripley poses dramatically on a rock with Newt, and Newt goes, we should get back. It's gonna be night. They mostly come at night, mostly. She kind of sounds like Salad Fingers a little. Anyway, sorry for that reference, but...
here's the thing. I also feel like we should talk about the Fitbit, okay? The Apple Watch, if you will.
Who's Fitbit?
The tracker. The arm
tracker. Oh, no. The one that Newt gets?
Yeah, because first it was Hicks giving it to Ripley to be like, let's keep track of you. We know you're not as pro-gun as us, and blah, blah, blah. And by the way, Sigourney Weaver tried to tell James Cameron, I don't want to use a gun this whole film. And he was like, I got you your $1 million. You're going to use a fucking gun.
I was going to say, that would have that climax would not have worked as well if...
and I was like, I feel like she had to. And then, so when she got the tracker, she was like, cool, and then gives it to Newt. And it's like, that's a really cool scene. Because Newt's like, its own little alien, like, could just run. I mean, that girl can run around, like, you know?
Girl's got legs.
She is Spidey everywhere.
And she has a really sweet moment because now they're like, okay, we don't have a ship back in the compound. We're gonna seal ourselves in a section where we haven't seen any aliens, and then we're gonna figure our shit out. So they sealed themselves in.
Well, and they have a ship, but it's like way, way in space.
Yes.
So they have to figure out how to get that ship down when they don't have the other ship to tell that ship to come and get it.
This really is the figuring out moment. And in this moment, because Newt is a literal child, Ripley's like, you gotta go to bed. Like, you got curfew, bedtime, girl. So she's like, lay on this little hospital bed. I know there's scary aliens over there.
Yeah, they're literally in the same room.
Literally
in the room.
They're over there, but it's fine.
Don't worry about it.
It's nap time. And then Newt's like, I'm scared of nightmares. And Ripley's like, you know what? I fucking am too, but here's my watch. This watch will make life better. And somehow it does.
She's like, you're going to get text messages on it. You're going to get pictures. You're going to check
I will
your
send
fitness.
you all the TikToks.
Your heart rate. You're going to get your heart rate updates. You're going to see your time spent on the internet.
It is sweet how Ripley is like, you know, Ripley also has her own nightmares, but she's like, but I'm going to comfort you because that's what mommies do.
Well, and even when she goes back to check on Newt, and Newt is hiding under the bed, right? Ripley's like, yeah, man, I get it. And then we're in action. Then it's like, oh, now we're fine. And that actor, the little child actor, I thought was really good at being scared.
I mean, I would be fucking scared because these are, again, practical face hugger effects. They are so gross and scary looking. God. I mean, if you don't like spiders, bye, you know?
Well, it's like, it's spiders made out of tongues. I don't know how to describe it.
With a tail that wraps around your throat.
And Ripley was pretty close to getting it. Pretty close to getting hosted. Whatever, right? Hosted? Is that what we call it?
I hate that, but I'm going to say yes to it. Yeah. And this is, so basically, they do fall asleep, but when they wake up, that's when Ripley sees the knocked over tanks, and then she's like, oh shit, we gotta get out, but they're locked in. And this was all a fucking conspiracy, not on Reddit, by Burke to get them impregnated, as we grossly call it, so they could sneak an alien to corporate something. I don't know if that would have made any sense, but that's what we do.
It's 1986.
Gross.
And men are still trying to fuck with our bodies and reproductive system.
I mean, if facehuggers were real...
Nothing.
If facehuggers were real, the state of Alabama would say that facehuggers deserve to, not be held liable for rape, and their embryos, which are aliens, are fetuses and have rights. More rights than you, lady.
We have to keep those embryos alive via lots of money that will then kill all of you guys because I'm old and white and said it.
And we'll also have guns, and then everything will explode and nobody wins. And that's...
Exactly. But here's the thing, what was cool about this. When the, doors were ever, and they somehow, which this is when I loved Hicks. Hicks just shatters the fucking
love it.
glass door, and you're like, all right, bro's hot, love him.
Yeah.
Saves Ripley, and then Ripley, in an instant, is like, E equals MC squared. Burke had this major plan to impregnate me. I was like, are you Clarice Starling figuring out the code in the garage? Because how the fuck did you figure that out?
A little bit, but I mean, the motivation,
It was perfect, and I love how everyone was like, now we hate Burke.
There's no time to hate Burke, the alien!
There's no time, but I'm like, okay, well, get him off. Tell him to fend for himself. This is where I'm like, guys, we have to be harsher.
You know what,
Kick
Bridge?
him out. Kick him out. Let him fend for him fucking self.
Life could have been different if they fed him to the aliens.
Yeah.
Because all the aliens are now coming. I don't know how they found them. I don't know how they got through the walls.
Oh my god, the beeper thing?
The beepers. I don't know.
They're everywhere. They're above us.
While this is happening, by the way, Bishop volunteered his robot self to fucking Shawshank Redemption style slide like a slug through a pipe. And he's gonna remote pilot the ship to the planet, and then they just gotta get to the ship, and then they fly away, and then they nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Literally, when Bishop volunteers, this is when I know Bishop is not a human, because all the humans... We're like, you should fucking do that.
Yeah,
you know what? That's scary as fuck and terrible. That's exactly why we created you guys, to go do the dumb, awful shit. Go survive. Good luck.
Go slither on like a piece of poop through the pipe. Yep. Yeah, so that's happening.
A piece of poop?
I mean, kinda. Through the toilet pipe? Sorry.
Ew, gross.
But yeah, that's happening, and then the aliens are fucking coming through the ceiling! And this is just a lot of things happening. We're running. We're shooting. We're exploding. Burke does die quickly. Thank God.
Well, he locks them in, and they're all about to fucking die, and somehow they get out through another place. But I'm like, bro, up until the end, you're trying to kill these people. You're not gonna live. You know? Because he was like, oh, now they're going to tell me when I get back. Are you Delulu? You're not getting back without them.
He was Delulu.
Oh, my God. The worst.
He died, though. Thank God. But unfortunately, Vasquez and Gorman and Hicks, or Hudson. Oh, see, I'm doing it again. Hudson. Bill Paxton.
Oh, God.
Hudson. They all died.
I know. It was very heroic.
Heroic, yeah, because they're just, trying to hold off the aliens. So now all that's left is Ripley, Hicks, and Newt. And Bishop is like, yo, got the plane, or got the ship, and come on down. And they're like, we're coming. But Newt's little, then she falls through a hole. And I hate it.
Well, it's like this weird little, water mill.
It's kind of like a water wheel a la Hocus Pocus. Yeah.
And fucking this is when Sigourney is a badass motherfucker.
Yep.
Okay? And this is why I loved Hicks. Because without a doubt, they immediately go to save her.
They're
not saying,
she's like, cut a hole in the floor, and Hicks is on it.
On it.
Fuck yeah.
No hesitation.
Yes, adopted parents.
Yeah. Yes. And then they try to get her, but basically the alien got Newt first. So then she was just screaming, I'll come back for you. Ran to the ship. And then Bishop's like, motherfucker, you're gonna go back. You just got in. What do you mean that doesn't compute my algorithm? And Sigourney's like, because I'm motherfucking human and I'm gonna go get my little adopted daughter, as you said. Oh my God. It was so bad. What, 14 minutes she had?
I think it was 19. And like, this is the same kind of ending as Alien, because there also was a countdown where first she tried to blow up the ship, but then she couldn't get off, so then she tries to turn it off, and then it's like this whole thing. So this is another countdown, but it's fucking awesome. And she's like, give me your fucking guns, give me your shit, I am going in. And she's like, you better fucking wait for us, Bishop. And he's like, okay, I'll try.
It's so badass.
But she's got the tracker. This is where the tracker, like you said, comes into play, because she can see where it is. And so she's here I fucking go.
And it was cool because Hicks, I think, would have gone, but got injured. So, like, he couldn't, and because that was believable. Because he wanted, she's like, no. Yeah. It's me. Mama.
It's me. Hi.
Mama. This is when mothers lift fucking cars. Yeah. And it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
And I feel like before anyone gives birth, the hospital should be like, I know you're at like a 7, on the centimeter scale and shit hurts. I'm just going to play Sigourney Weaver saving me.
Like, this could be you
I just want to let you know, this is the power that's happening in your body. So this is going to hurt. It's going to be terrible. But you're going to fucking do this shit.
I feel like it's a little mixed message, because then we see the alien queen like nonstop pooping out eggs. And like, I don't know, but I get it, Well, it's crazy.
And I loved how the whole time Sigourney's like someone has to be making these aliens.
Yeah.
They're like,
and everyone's like,
how is it?
Alien.
They're like, root cause. Don't worry about that. We'll deal with symptoms. It was cool to see it, and I thought, how are they gonna make this mother alien? Stan Winston did not disappoint. That was cool as fuck.
Fucking scary. Because it also, like, kind of looks like a spidery, but, like, that was, like, its face and arms and, like...
And was, like, was the ship. Was attached to everything.
So gross.
Oh my God. And you're right. Just like kind of pooping out eggs, just pooping.
Stop.
And there were so many eggs.
Yes.
And Ripley was like, I kind of felt like Lord of the Rings vibe when they like walk in and it's like all of the fucking ogre dudes, whoever they are. And they're like,
orcs.
They're like, oh no. We stepped
in the mines? Yeah.
They're just like, oh fuck. But for Sigourney, she's just following the tracker and she's like, this is where she's at. I don't know what to do.
There are some cool like music moments too. There's one part like this when the Marines first got to the part of the ship that looked like Alien, and the music just goes silent, and it's like, oh. Like, that's cool. And that's what happens during this scene, is when she discovers all the eggs, the music completely cuts out. And it's just like, and you just hear her breathing, and it's like, oh, so scary.
It's some real Terminator vibes, too, which is what James Cameron just did before this one, right?
Right, yes.
For time, 80s something.
I believe
because it's like, the lights are flashing, there's like, smoke and pipes, and it's all metal and black and blue, and you're like, oh, it's fucking badass. And she just doesn't show fear. That's what makes her so perfect for this role, is like, she's afraid, but she should play poker. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Girl,
I think
don't
she would
need
be a grandmaster.
Sunglasses.
She's not showing her cards.
She was so focused on getting Newt, and she fucking found Newt, because the aliens are like, hey girl, we're gonna bring you to the eggs and like make you an alien lady. But Ripley's like, fuck that. And so she saves Newt, and this whole climax, she's holding her. Like, that's a one arm. She got a one arm.
We have a giant gun. We have a 10-year-old, and we're just fucking flying upstairs. And we got like 6 minutes. I don't know what we have. 4 minutes.
I don't even know, but I do love the scene where Ripley's facing the Queen, and the Queen's facing Ripley, and Ripley's like, "This is my daughter," and the Queen's like, "All these billions are my daughters," or whatever. And then Ripley's like, "I won't burn them if you let us go." And then the Queen is like, "Okay, get the fuck out." And then Ripley steps back, and then she's like, "I'm gonna burn it to the ground." And she
literally
torches the entire room. It's amazing.
The Queen is so pissed.
Fucking iconic.
Is like, you backstabbing mofo.
It is extra funny too, because like technically the whole planet was going to be nuked. So Ripley was just like, thank you, man.
I mean, and she kind of wasted time doing it, but like, whatever. You know what I mean? It was cool.
It was great.
It was really, really cool.
Oh, God. But now the alien queen is, detaches her butt or whatever. So now she's running and it's scary. And Ripley's got to wait for a goddamn elevator. The bane of our existence. Waiting for elevators is scary. But she gets to the top and the ship isn't there. And she's like, no! Bishop!
I believe this, just so you know. At this
thought
moment,
Bishop left?
I was like, oh shit, does she like die and Newt and her like have to just live on this planet alone?
Oh,
like
God.
I was like, what's gonna happen here? But then fucking shit goes down.
He fucking shows up and it's like, and then she just jumps on and then the alien queen is there and you think that they got away. I mean, they do technically get away and the planet explodes.
Whoa. We're missing the absolute best scene.
What was that?
Ever. Was the loader scene.
No, that's coming up.
Coming? Oh,
the planet blows up and the little ship goes back to the big ship. That's where the loader is.
Right.
So Hicks is like sleeping.
That's right. They think they're okay.
Yeah. They think they're okay.
Okay.
Her and Newt get off and then she's like, Bishop, you did good. And
he's like, thank you.
Then he gets shanked.
But ripped in fucking half.
Alien queen! The stress.
So here's what's so cool. In the beginning of the movie, when she was like, hey y'all, I'm a consultant, and they're like, whoa, we're Space Marines. Okay, cool, whatever. And then she's like, how do I help out? I hate just standing here. And she goes, I can use this power loader. And I think in the beginning of the movie, you're like, oh, she's kind of badass and like, can do some grunt work and, whatever, cool. And so you don't think it's ever coming back.
Yeah.
You never think they're gonna use this scene again. But the mother alien is so fucking big.
She's so big.
It's it's like Transformer match.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
This was definitely inspo for Pacific Rim, I want to say, where we're like, we know how to beat the monster, just get in a robot suit. That's the only way,
So
and
cool.
Again, we are using a formula with the first movie, which is the only way to get rid of this alien is to
out to space.
Send it to space. So
like toilets.
Off you
space
fucking
toilets.
go.
You're outie.
And she does.
God, it's so good.
Okay, but did you cry in your heart? When, 2 moments. Ripley saves Newt, and Newt goes, I knew you'd come.
I knew you'd come back. Absolutely.
Crying. And then at the very end, when the alien's floating around space, and Ripley climbs back up, and she goes and she hugs Newt, and Newt calls her mommy. Oh, it's so sweet.
I could cry right now.
It's so sweet. Oh
it's
my
so
God.
good.
So
well,
awesome.
And it just goes to show you, like, in all of these action... Here's what was so good about it. In all of these action movies, I would even argue, like, Terminator. No one ever is that kind to a stranger.
Yeah.
And, and like today's world is a mess, but like even kids, just like being that kind to a kid, I'm like, oh, it's so inspirational, right?
Yeah. I mean, just great moral compass. Her and Samwise Gamgee, they could do anything.
They could do anything.
Yeah.
I believe that's who they are in real life, as you know.
And then we all go into hypersleep, and I'm not going to tell you what happens in the third movie because it's trash and it'll ruin everything.
Oh, good. We're good. We're done.
We're done.
More aliens.
So, Bridge,
we did it.
Would you?
Absolutely watch it.
Oh!
I don't know what y'all are doing. You gotta watch this. It's not as scary. It's not that scary. It's scary, but it's not that scary.
It's not like a horror movie.
Would you watch or don't watch it, even if Brother Jimmy shows up and ruins your alone time?
Takes over my home for
like an alien.
minimum 24 hours, like Alien. I will watch it again. I'll watch it even if that doesn't happen, because this is a great one.
Wow.
Get on that, y'all. It's fun.
Oh my God. Okay. It's my turn.
Yep.
I don't think you might have seen this.
Okay.
There's 2 ways. This is not a listener pick. This is a me pick. Okay.
Wow.
There's 2 ways. There's either you've seen it and you're going to die laughing. Okay. Or you haven't. I'm going to introduce you to something that I feel like is maybe my age. Maybe hit my age group. Okay. But it is a 1994 movie.
But it's funny?
Yeah. Like, okay.
Okay.
A group of junior high kids don't want to go to the summer camps chosen by their parents.
Summer camps. Multiple camps?
So they make their own. Have you ever seen this?
Is it Wet Hot American Summer?
Have you seen Camp Nowhere?
No. I thought you were going to say Heavyweights, but I was like, no, they were all at the same camp
it's
and
close,
they hated that.
It's close.
Oh my gosh.
Look it up right now. I knew my age was like a little bit older than you. It doesn't have the best reviews on IMDb, but it is nostalgic as fuck. And Andrew Keegan is in it. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Is this what inspired him to form his cult? Bridge.
Maybe. Jessica Alba's in it.
Oh
and Christopher Lloyd is in it. And he's the like fake counselor that just lies to other parents.
Thank God.
It is so fucking 90s. I'm going to throw a warning to you. I haven't seen this in probably like 20 years.
Wow.
I don't know what we're walking into, but this is fucking nostalgia.
I'm like, who the fuck is in this? And
the OG listeners, if you are like my older age, I guarantee you're losing your shit right now.
Listen, I love a summer camp. That's a fun time. Talk about AI taking over. The first thing that's compared to this in the more like this section on IMDb is Heavyweights. So
wow.
Whoa. Okay. Well, I love a camp. I love kids being kooky, and I love the 90s, so I'm ready.
Well, and all I remember is that the 90s were all about like adults are dumb and we're smart. And so, like, we're going to do whatever we want. And I remember, I think this was like, remember how Richie Rich had all those like cool contraptions and kids are like flying?
Oh, the Rube Goldberg machines.
I feel like there's like a giant inflatable something in this movie and people are flying and then there's like kids making out, but they're like, 14. And so they think it's like the coolest thing in the world. And
oh God.
Yeah, I am not going to stand by whether this ages well. I'm afraid it may not, but I'm really excited because it's true nostalgia. And I knew I'd find a movie you haven't heard of.
I'm fucking ready.
Let's do it.
And I'm like, where can we watch this? But we'll look that up later.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll have to re-edit if we can't find it.
Exist. Well, Bridge.
Yes.
I just want to say.
Okay, Newt.
I definitely would be the one living in the wall. Sleeping all day, hiding. But if I wasn't that, and if you got taken by the aliens, and Bishop was like, Kitty, gotta get on the ship, I'd be like, you fucking wait! And I would load up, guns blazing, I'd wear a tank top, because it's gonna be sweaty, and we're gonna have to run a lot.
I put on deodorant, I make sure I had my chafing cream.
Good sneaker.
Put my hair up. I
definitely the
maybe
chafe
black clothes,
deodorant.
I'm gonna get dirty.
Definitely a hair tie. Definitely. You're going to have all those things too, because I don't think I have the strength
you can carry
to hold any adults, even a child, I think I would have trouble with. So
never allow you to carry me.
Thank you love very much. You, but I would fucking save you. And I would burn them. I'd burn it to the ground for you.
Thank you so much, Kate.
You're welcome.
Obviously, ditto. However, I think I would be meaner up front and just kick people into space so we never have to go on this mission.
That is better, I think. Okay. I like that. It's a little more...
And I would be like, we're making a left. We're heading to Jupiter. I hear shit's cooler there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And listeners, if you also would not deal with some of the men's bullshit, because we know it's a guy that's causing the bullshit, so tossing them to the aliens. And if you know who it is in your life you would do the 19-minute climax of this movie for, I hope there's more than one person in your life for that. We all need one. Go team. And if you think that, Ripley is just like fucking icon. And like, why don't more little girls dress up as her, for Halloween? And like, are we going to celebrate her for Women's History Month? Because it's coming up and I'm ready.
Absolutely.
If you think all that, you should write us a review.
Woo.
We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. And we also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. All right, so there is a form you can fill out. You go on there. Fill out the form, your pick goes on a list, we look at the list eventually, and we will do it eventually. Hey, it might be floating around in space for 57 years, but it will be done, just like Ripley was found.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It was 57 years we started our podcast.
Titanic from Rose moment. And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
They could tip us, which is money, which we will use to fight fucking aliens.
Woo!
There's merchandise you can buy to look good and catch your 19-minute person that you love while looking stylish.
That's right.
That's all I got.
Okay. And, get over there and spend that money, you bitch. Love you.
You bitch.
You bitch. Love you. Check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week for, let me get the movie title, Camp Nowhere. I don't know anything about it, but summer camps are fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the trailer playing, even though I didn't ask for it, and it... Okay, looks like something. It's happening.
Oh,
there's a lake. That's all I need at my summer camp.
They're in nowhere and it's camping. Whatever.
Whatever. All right. Well, I love you. Bye-bye.
I love you. Bye-bye.
Love
I love you. You're not bitches, but aliens are. You bitch.
Love you, you bitch. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Love you. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswho'veseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.